Oh wait, can I tell you about this Tinder conversation I had? So here's the most chaotic thing that I've done. I made a completely new Apple ID so that I could pay $8 to have Tinder Plus, because I wanted to like see the Tinder selection before I came to. And so this guy matches with me, right?
Yeah.
This is what he says.
Oh no.
Jillian, you look like somebody I can date or marry, TBH. It's not a makeshift pickup line. You really are a wholesome woman, not a girl. Let's talk some science and some poetry too. By the way, I'm moving to Oregon tomorrow.
Poetry
and then
too.
on Tuesday he messages me and goes, "Don't make me take it back." What in the earth did I just unmute to?
Yeah, Shane, we're talking about Jillian's dating life.
Which is like...
never
like,
boring.
I gotta make a compilation.
You should really make a
compilation
of like every
Jillian's dating stories.
True.
Oh
Like,
boy.
Gosh, do y'all want to hear this stupid story?
2 weeks.
I thought that was
So,
Fuck.
I haven't had a bath for the last couple years. Like, I lived in New
Gross.
Zealand, and it was just a shower.
Jillian hasn't bathed in 3 years.
Whoa. I know where this is going,
actually a
because I
celebrity.
definitely think you mean like I haven't gotten in a bath. I've taken a shower, but I just
No,
had a
Jillian
shower,
hasn't
like,
bathed in years.
Hi everyone, my name's Jillian.
Jillian!
I'm single, and if you want to come over, my address is beep.
My breasts are
Beep.
soaking in a.
My
chicken
breasts are currently
pickle brine.
soaking in some chicken brine.
Jesus Christ. Please, someone clip that so I can play that at the next conference we go to.
Conferences are never gonna be in person again. That's your
They're
first.
never. I sent Shane your home address while you weren't looking.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good, actually. Please stalk me. I need more of that in my life.
Have you ever had a stalker?
I don't have like... Have I ever had a stalker? No, thank God.
Do you want one?
You know what? I think that's something new and exciting that can really add to the lore of Jillian. I do. I have like sometimes things happen in my life, and I was like, yeah, this adds to the lore of Jillian.
Which,
yeah, I am the stalker, actually. No, I did stalk a guy low-key one time by accident. But
why did you?
maybe I'm just really good at like finding people. You know, people, like you can see them on Snap. This is the last story I have to tell because I do have to get ready for
Yes.
You know, you can see people on Snap Maps.
Yes.
So like, I also like low-key would check a guy's like location on there, and then like be in the same location as he is, and I'm like, oh my God, didn't know you were gonna be here when I definitely did.
Jillian, I love how I asked the question, have you had a stalker? And you respond, no, I am the stalker.
But like also fair, like I know people's work schedules too, so then I can go in and be like, hey. But then I usually get like free stuff if I come in.
Jillian.
So like technically I guess I am kind of a stalker because then I know like
Jillian, come on.
do y'all not do that? Okay, don't act like you've never like done that before.
Done what?
Okay,
Go on a
I'm
snap,
not the only
go
one.
on a
If you're gonna
snap
put your
map and learn
location
people's
out for
work
people to
schedules?
see-
No, I don't go and learn people's work schedules.
No, they told me, okay? I'm not like being a creepy stalker and being like, oh, let me show up to your work. Like, no, like they told me, like,
Let me
hey,
show up to
I
your
work these
I wanna
days. Because I
see
kept
you.
asking, I was like, are you
Hey,
working this
BB,
day?
hey,
And
boo-boo,
they work
I
at like,
miss you. I
want to
see you. I know your work schedule. I know where you live. I know the keypad to your
I
apartment.
thought about that though, because like, every day,
Jillian.
why does she let me on? Sometimes I wonder why you still let me in this Discord and like why you still let me on these streams. Because honestly, at this point, I would.
Because you're more entertaining than me, and I need someone to be color commentary when I'm throwing
think on
eggs
every
at a
day
condor.
That you haven't like put your stream out to more people in the other Discord because I don't know if I can like face people professionally.
That's
knowing
why.
The stories
That's
that I've told
literally
on
why.
stream. I can't.
No, that's
but they
literally
shitpost
why.
so much on that Discord anyways. So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna clip this one, and I'm gonna be like, okay, gamers, here it is.
Please.
Here it is, Chloe
Hey,
from Florida.
gamers.
Smash is fun, but
Okay,
like,
I'm not
bad at it.
creepy though. Have you not stalked people before? Do you have like people's locations shared with you?
I don't look at the snap map on a regular basis.
Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm creepy now. Am I creepy?
No, but also, like, I don't do that, so...
Chad, am I creepy?
Did I ever tell you my OnlyFans idea?
I think so.
Where I just go through the entirety of 10 CFR 20. And
Yeah.
I slowly start to take off my clothes. As I'm reading, like, I've got like the MCMP manual, I've got 10 CFR 20, I've got a lot of options if I ever want to pursue this.
You would be... Dude, I think Arsic might come for your head. Can you imagine learning MCMP while watching someone strip?
But the manual is open. It's like you can Google and look up MCMP manual
Yeah,
to
it's
actually
like,
have the
welcome
code.
to
Yeah, you need
my
to go to RSIC.
OnlyFans, which is also an MCMP tutorial. Huh?
Can you imagine? That would be amazing.
That's queen shit right there. You gotta tweet that.
Fuck yeah.
Tweet that. Hey,
Hello.
tell me about your plant.
Oh my god. So like so the way that Oregon State does the qualifying exam is that basically I get a topic and I have to go and respond to the topic. So my field of study is dealing with radiation uptake in plants, and so that's what I'm doing. But I'm looking at medicinal plants, and so like plants that you can either consume or are used for like medicinal purposes. So I'm looking at some. There's a lot of work done in this in like Malaysia and Thailand, and so I was looking at Thailand plants, and I was just chilling, and I'm like at my office, and my best friend's sitting beside me, and we have an ongoing joke between the two of us that you can't find the clitoris, you know, because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't. I've never found one in my life.
Yeah, so I'm looking at these like different transfer factors, which is just saying like how much of the radiation is uptaken in the soil to the soil, like from like the plant and vice versa.
Right.
And I found a plant called Clitoria ternity, and I almost screamed, and I like slapped Steve. I felt kind of bad. I was like whack Steve, and I'm like, Steve, I found the fucking clitoris. And I finally found it. Steve, I almost like I did a double take. It was like when did I tell you all about dildo cat pick?
What?
This is probably yeah. I don't think
no.
So I feel like I remember that. Sorry, I'm getting chilly right now, and I'm drinking a cider because I'm living my best life. So
hell yeah.
So this poor man is gonna I'm gonna blast him on social media.
Has he found the clitoris?
So no, these are like two different things. But anyways,
Okay.
point being is that I found the clitoris, and it's actually have you ever heard of butterfly tea? Like butterfly pea tea? That's the flower that it's used for, is the clitora ternity, and that's the
you
like
use a flower to find the clitoris?
Yeah, it's a pretty
How the fuck are you using a flower to find a clit?
Well, it doesn't exist. Anyways, if you wanna look it up, it does kind of look like the anatomical clitoris.
It absolutely looks like a clit.
It does.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I'm trying to be a, quote, productive member of society. There we go! Okay, I've made
Did you get it finally?
Yeah.
Did you get it finally?
Yeah, I did, finally.
It's amazing what happens when you use your brain.
When I use... What is the most, like, interesting or important, like, nuclear event or accident that you have, like, found out, studied, or, like, thought about in recent memory?
So, but like it's really interesting. So, like the way I got into my field is that like I got into nuclear engineering because my dad's a nuclear engineer, and I grew up like about 15-20 minutes outside of a power plant. So I kind of like I've always been really familiar with it. I thought it was really interesting, and I was like, okay, this sounds like really cool. I think there's going to be a lot of cool things happening in it like the next couple of years. And so I ended up working at a nuclear power plant my junior year of college, and I was like, I really don't like this. I like the health physics side a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And so my senior year, I was president of our ANS section, and I remember like this. I remember how I met this guy. But I think he came and talked to one of my classes. I was like, he would be really cool to talk to, like, for an ANS crew. And so, like, I don't remember if it was, like, the meeting or the actual, like, the meeting or the actual like class, but I was like, he talked about previous nuclear accidents, and so when you're a nuclear engineer, you really focus on the nuclear power accidents, such as like TMI,
3 Mile Island.
Island. And my dad actually was like had a really personal story because of that, because one of his neighbors was one of the people that actually was operating the plant and helped figure out the problem.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so my dad grew up in Pennsylvania, and one of his neighbors was actually like one of the people that ended up, and that's how he got into nuclear. But so essentially, I was like, help is a lot cooler. I like this more. And one of the big things that he, so the guy, not my dad, talked about was this Goiânia accident. And so Goiânia is a small town in Brazil, and it's actually from Isabella Bomique, or whatever her last name is.
Yeah,
Popular. She is from
Boimke?
here. She's from there.
Is she
Goiânia.
really?
Yeah. And that's what she said.
Oh.
She got like really into. Yeah. So
That explains
essentially,
a good amount.
yeah. And so it's really cool. And so essentially what happened is there used to be a medical facility that used cobalt-60. I think it's just as a radiator source. And,
Yeah. It emits
so-
gamma rays.
Yeah, so
2 gamma rays at like
basically-
1.1 and 1.3 MeV.
that-
You don't need to know too
So-
much about that other than
yeah,
like
no.
you don't want a lot of that.
So basically, it's used for medical purposes, but essentially, it's a very poor town in Brazil, and so it got shut down. And so essentially, everything left except this radiator with the source. And so people started snooping around there, and you'll find that like a lot of people, especially when you're in a more impoverished community, will go and steal things. And so what happened and what was shown is that cobalt-60 actually glows under, I believe, under certain lights. And so it started glowing. It's this beautiful like powder. And so people are like, hey,
It's
this is
beautiful.
really cool. Yeah, it's like really beautiful and really cool. Let's bring this back to our village and start rubbing it over bodies.
No.
So people,
No.
so people would literally would go and they would eat it and they would rub it and they would basically like, I mean, bathe themselves.
Good night,
in it.
Dartlink90. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Night. Thank you.
Oh,
but
I know what I was
basically-
supposed to do.
Yeah, so basically what happened is like it just like, I mean, it started spreading because essentially these people would go and like grab it and put it more. And I remember what he told me is that basically this young girl got a hold of it and ate it.
No.
And she was so radioactively hot that they had to shield her casket.
Oh my
Like
god.
Madame Curie. So like, and like people could not go near it because of how hot she was. And it was one of the biggest
Oh my
radiological
God.
accidents that has ever occurred in the world. And it was a huge responsibility for, especially for emergency response. And this is another rant I'll have. Does this, like, what is he gonna think? I'm gonna send death threats to his new girlfriend? Like,
Yeah,
no.
you should. Honestly,
I'm
have you ever
honestly
sent
thinking about
Jillian,
it. Like,
have you ever sent anyone a death threat in your life?
yeah, actually, you sent me a death threat.
Well, yeah, I did send you a snap that said I would beat you to death.
So I was like stalking. Do you ever like sometimes stalk your own like social media account?
Oh, yes.
I love looking back at my old stories, especially on my like private Instagram, because like I have some like fucking chaos in my life, obviously. And yeah, I love doing that. But I was looking back at my old Twitter and I saw that tweet, and it's the funniest shit.
So the reason that tweet is funny is because Jillian tweeted it with no context, and then the people who responded to it. Well, fucking first, Jillian posted that, and it said, "When I insulted his waifu."
I gave like options, okay? I was playing 999 and I sold spoilers.
Spoiler for 999. Go watch it on my channel.
Yeah,
We've done it.
Okay, spoiler. I saw Junpei dead. And I was like, and then I saw a panty shot, so I decided to Snapchat it and send it to Voltage. And And that's
Clover
the
is
response
dead
back.
in that scene.
No, yeah, that's right. That's not Junpei, it's Clover. But yeah, anyway, so like, oh my God, wait,
Clover is literally dead in the scene, and
she's
Jillian
like, what,
sends
like
me a photo that
12?
says, it says, "OMG, your waifu is sucks," and I'm like, one, she is not my waifu. I think she's a very well-written character. 2, you're taking a panty shot of a corpse. Hold on a second. And so I insulted her, and she insulted me, and then I sent her the snap that had me front-facing the camera that said, "I am going to beat you to death." And she screenshotted that, put it on Twitter, and said, "Guess what this was in response to? Me telling him his favorite game is trash, why I insulted his waifu, or all of the fucking above?"
No, I said, I can redo the tweet
Okay,
out loud.
fine.
Wyatt is at your Twitter,
It's
gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Is it A, because I said something so great he felt incompetent? B, I commented something dumb about one of his favorite video games? Or C, I insulted his waifu? And then the department head of the engineering physics department at the University of Wisconsin.
A man who I requested a letter of recommendation from and got one.
D, all of the above. I fucking saw that, and I died, and I like messaged Voltage, and I was like, "Did you fucking see this?"
And I saw it in class. I saw it. This was on a Friday, like in winter, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm learning about things, you know. Like I have a good standing reputation on Twitter.com where I partake in academia Twitter and like make it appear like I know stuff or like speak motivational phrases." But this fucker posts a photo of me threatening to kill her. And you wonder... Which means yet another fun, exciting adventure down the rabbit hole, which is committing genocide against the Risen.
Woo!
And we just love that.
They're undead. It's fine.
Nothing wrong.
Did somebody say genocide?
I'm listening.
Jenna's...
That's
No, don't
amazing.
listen to that. No! No!
Sorry, that was my Tharsha coming out. I'm fine now.
And this is another rant I'll have, is that big cities do not have the infrastructure for nuclear emergency response. Like, because it's scary. You don't want to, like, live in a big city if a nuclear accident happens, and, like, you don't want to think about that situation. And luckily, I think countries are kind of starting to realize this, especially with what's happening in the Ukraine right now, is that
with
emergency
Zephoria.
response,
Zephoria.
because, yeah, so it's, like, really... It's a really interesting situation because there are things to do that you can go and kind of protect yourself against radiation, obviously with shielding. But if you do get dosed to an extreme point, there is like medicine you can take, which is called shuttling agents.
Yeah.
Which is really like kind of go and counteract some of the radioactivity in your body and kind of absorbs it. They have different like chemistry. It's all chemistry basically.
Yeah.
Because internal dissymmetry is what we call when you actually get dosed on the inside, and that's a lot of chemistry. So what happens is that essentially this whole town is becoming impoverished and they're all getting sick and they don't know why.
Right.
So they're like, why am I getting sick? And then essentially somebody figures out, hey, you're actually dosing yourselves to like lethal levels.
You're macro dosing.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and so basically they started like putting shelling agents and doing stuff like that. But again, it was like probably one of the bigger, and kind of towards the beginning, I think this happened in the 1980s, but I remember reading about it and like listening about it, and I was like, this is like, this might be bad, but I was like, this is extremely cool. Like, this is really cool stuff. And
it's like morbid curiosity.
Yeah, because I think that, like, it was like, you know, I always really liked the dose side of things. I really loved like hearing about dose, seeing about dose, and like my radiation biology classes were some of my favorites in undergrad. It's because I loved hearing about how is radiation really playing a part in biology, because it's really interesting. Because what radiation does is essentially it causes radiolysis into the water in your body, and it creates what we call oxidants. So if you ever have
Oxidants or
antioxidants,
accidents? Oxidants.
Oxidants.
OXI,
So have you ever
thank you.
like had antioxidants? Like
I've had a couple accidents in my life.
Because like that's like why antioxidants are so good, is because they reduce the amount of oxidants in your blood.
Right.
But essentially, those are
You need
like
a reducing agent. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have free radicals that go and cause trouble and
H pluses, right? Or
A plus OH.
OH minuses. That's right.
Well, it's a couple. Like, there's a couple
Yeah.
that can happen.
I'm not the
But
chemistry one. That's
basically-
my brother.
Yeah. It's really funny because I'm like, chemistry sucks. And it's like, you know, a lot of. If you ever deal with like fuel cycle stuff and you ever deal with radiobiology stuff, it's a lot of chemistry.
It's amazing. So I'm my name is John Halo. And my did I ever tell you about the time I was called Burrito Flute?
No, what? Why did you go by burrito flute?
A burrito flute.
No, you definitely did not tell me about this. Jillian, what the fuck?
So story time. When I was a little baby freshman in high school, I was romanced by a senior.
Oh no.
And he ended up like, you know, breaking my heart
Oh
and
no.
everything. But he ended up going to a technical college down in Charleston, which is about 2 hours from Columbia, where I'm from. So fast forward to senior year, I'm like walking into Moe's with my family, which is like Moe's is like a burrito joint. They serve like Southwestern food, and it's one of my favorite places. And lo and behold, who do I see on the line rolling burritos? But my senior year my former senior boyfriend. And I'm like, what? So I hit him up via Facebook message.
Oh no, Jillian.
Like the classy lady I am, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go? I used to have like my first block scheduled. So I'm like, hey, do you want to go and meet up for breakfast one day? And he's like, yeah. So we ended up kind of sparking our fling again. But what he used to do is he used to get me free burrito coupons.
Is that the only reason, Jillian?
Yeah, and it's like the majority of the reason I wanted to date this guy again, because I wanted free burritos. So he used to drop off burritos at the high school for me to pick up for lunch. I shit you not.
Jillian.
It was an amazing time.
Oh my.
Are you skinny and can I crush you with my thighs? That's the only thing that I care about.
Have you ever crushed a Tinder date's head between your thighs?
I tried to, but
to no avail? Why? Why have you failed? Isn't that one of your defining features?
true. It is true, and I
the
put that on
ability
my
to
profile.
crush your Tinder dates with your thighs?
I love being on dating apps at home because like there are people that I know from high school.
No, that's the worst part about them.
Like there's a guy that like matched with me, and I don't think he remembers me. But like he sent me the heart eye emoji, and I'm like, okay, like go off, king.
Go off. Go off.
Go off.
Go on. I go on.
Go on, king.
I go on. The Mormons.
So, moving on to New Mexico, we went through Utah.
Utah.
And I went with, yeah, and so we stopped in Salt Lake City because we did a multi-day trip.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to go visit Mormon Square, basically, Tiananmen Square, and like do stuff in that. And
Did you just say Tiananmen Square?
I don't know what I said. I think I said Tiananmen. That's
You
not
definitely
right.
said Tiananmen Square. That is not Mormon China. That is real China.
That's real China. What's the fucking square? It's like Mormon Square. I don't remember what it is. Fun
It's
fact,
not Red
my
Square. It's not
coworkers-
Tiananmen Square. You just you compared the CCP to Mormonism. Switch those.
I don't know.
Oh
Let me
boy.
eat my lean cuisine.
Bully you while you eat your lean cuisine. You're like that fucking Cards Against Humanity card, weeping into a bowl while eating lean cuisine.
Let's go into yourself and find an inner peace, and then you'll be able to.
Look,
go to
I
the lily pad
don't
level.
ever want to hear you say go into yourself ever again.
And
Jillian.
then it gets better. So I like we never like really made it official, but I was like thinking we were kind of official. And I was up at my grandparents in Pennsylvania for New Year's Eve, and I remember this like vividly. I was like texting him. He wasn't replying back, which is like super weird. And I noticed that like when we were hanging out together, he was kind of texting this other girl who I recognized her name as his ex-girlfriend.
Jillian.
And so I noticed he wasn't texting me back. I was like, that's kind of weird. And so I look on Facebook, and who do I find but him and his ex-girlfriend together.
Together?
And now, yeah, so I was the side chick. I don't think they ever stopped dating. I was the side chick in their relationship.
Jillian,
and
you
now,
house wrecker. You
now
home
they're married.
wrecker, Jillian.
They're married now.
Jillian, you home wrecker.
So now my name on not Minecraft, I think maybe it is on Minecraft, but on many popular gaming websites is Burrito Salute, but the salute are 2 zeros.
Sure.
And so I tried to change my name to seasonally appropriate things.
Right.
And
so that
one of my
if you
friends
have coworkers or like peers be like, "Oh, Jillian, let's play Minecraft together."
Burrito Salute. I've had friends being like, "Why is your name Burrito Salute?" And I was like, "Let me go take you on this journey." I think also old school RuneScape is my first OG Burrito Salute name.
Nice. Dark.
Really
Dark nut. I'm like dark slut. Shouldn't say
That's
that
my
on
aesthetic.
Twitch. Yeah, dark slut. You should make that your next gamer tag, Dark Salute.
Well, I told you the Burrito Salute story.
Yeah. That has like been canonized in stream lore.
Well, you said that you were gonna make like a highlight of all my moments.
I am.
I feel like, I don't know.
We haven't finished Minish Cap.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know. I love my life.
I love your
the
life too.
But okay, so my other story is that I'm single. And so
And that's my story. Thank you.
I'm single. Please
single.
date me.
I'm so fucking lonely. Anyway, so
lonely and I miss
I've been I was on the dating apps, and I was talking to this dude, and I was like chatting with him. He's like, "What are your goals? Like, what are you doing today?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just like cleaning my apartment. I for some reason make a big mess because I live by myself." And so he's like, "Oh, I like also like make a big mess, but the cats contribute too." And I'm like, "You can't." So I was like, "You can't just like say that like you have cats and not show photos of them." And so I go take a dance class, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and then so I'm walking back to my car, I'm done with my dance class, and I look at my phone and I see I have a text from him, and I'm like, "Oh, dope. It's the kitten photos." And so I look at them, and I start swiping, and I was like, "Oh, they're so cute." And then I see a fucking dildo. It's obvious. Like, the cats are on a bed and they're cuddling and they're fucking adorable as hell. And then like you can see like they're on a blanket, and like right in the corner you see a dildo. And you know why I recognized it? Is because I have the same exact dildo.
No.
And I didn't say anything about it because I was like,
yeah, like what?
What do you say at that point?
I like, what do you like? Yeah, I was like, did he do it on purpose? Like, did he like? Because he like mentioned in his profile that he broke up with this girl like a while ago. So like I was like, oh, okay, maybe like he just had it and it was like, haha, funny, look, girlfriend, like
look, I got
cats
a
cuddling
dildo
with
too.
the dildos.
You think you're so cool using that dildo? Haha, I have one too. So like,
You're not special.
You're not special.
You're
ain't
not
slick.
cool. And so finally I was like, I didn't say anything about it. I was like, oh, super cute cats. Can't wait to meet on Winky Face. Anyway, so I got drunk that like Friday, and I was like, you know what? I gotta know the story about the cat dildo. And so I was like, I after I got those got the text, I like I stood in the like sidewalk, and I just like stared at it for like a solid like minute, and I called my best friend who lives in Texas, and she's 2 hours ahead of me, and I'm like, I don't know why I called you. I'm going through the 5 stages of grief right now. I just got a like photo. There's a dildo in the background. I need you to psychoanalyze this with me. And so she's like, I was like, I don't even know what to do. Like, do I mention it? She's like, don't mention anything. Just like go and text him normally. And I was like, okay. So I go and text him normally. And then I got drunk, and I was like, I gotta know. So I text him, and I'm like, hey, I'm drunk. What is the story behind the cat photo? And it was exactly what I said. It was like, I had a girlfriend like 4 months ago, and that was her dildo on the bed. And so like the really funny thing, Yeah, and the really funny thing is, well, he's like, it was an old photo. It wasn't like anything new. So it's like, but the thing is like, he told me that he was like in bed for a really long time because he was like, I've been sick. I haven't been able to have the energy to get up.
Really
like, I finally feel better. And I was like, was he just like using this dildo in bed? Like, you know, just like, I was like, is there something you need to tell me?
Is there something
and
no?
Yeah, we ended up going on a date.
Oh boy.
And I was like, so the dildo, you're, you know, and he was like, yeah, I like this is. I'm like, I really hope he never watches this or anyone. I mean, like, I'm just like blasted
no one
everything.
watches the stream except for like 8 people, and one's in Australia. So
exactly.
Like,
10 people now. They saw me come in and they're like, oh,
they were like, uh-oh, Jillian brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah. We're gonna hear something stupid from Jillian, like we always do. And well, first I was like, hey, I have the same dildo, is it true to size? And he was like, maybe. And then yeah, I did.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. And so then what else I was talking about, I was like, so like, are you open to being pegged? And then he told me, I was like, and then he told me about how he got a prostate exam, and that's about as much as he can take, so.
Fingers are long.
Fair enough.
For yourself.
I am very quirky.
Do I say, I don't know.
Say
One
it.
time, okay, one time I was hanging out with this dude, and he was like, I'm slightly autistic, and I just, without a beat, I go, I fucking hate autistic people.
And how did he react?
God, Jillian!
And I like immediately after I was
Jillian!
like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said
Jillian!
that. I don't. And
Jillian!
Joke.
What are you doing?
Good stuff.
I'm a gamer girl. Yeah. Get in line, boys.
Why?
Speaking of which,
Oh no.
so I'm on dating apps, right? 'Cause, like,
So that's like how you start every conversation on this fucking channel. I'm on dating apps,
Shut
and
up. Okay, so I date.
yeah,
And, like,
that's fine. I'm just ribbing
some
you.
People are lonely, but I look like you can
I
see.
think
like,
she
how many
fishes
people...
because she's lonely.
Yeah. So
Oh, see, that's a pro speedrun strat right there.
I was looking at my like how many
There
people
we go.
like you. I have 900 plus likes on Bumble.
What? That's
that was-
impressive. Holy
I know,
shit!
right? I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
That is impressive, dude.
I've only had Bumble for like a week, maybe.
Oh, look at you
900
being
we're now
humble
up
on
to
Bumble.
950.
Okay.
I kind of recently active 900 plus. This is crazy.
Dude,
Like,
don't get a big head now. You're still single.
Dude,
So when I was drinking, definitely of age and not drinking underage.
Yeah.
I went
You were
to
a
a
good,
house
wholesome
party in
Christian
undergrad,
lady.
and I
Everclear, just straight Everclear, yes.
yeah, just straight Everclear.
Like
I was
the
like,
90%, right?
yeah, it's like it's yeah. Well, I don't actually know.
Come on.
I don't even know. It's
Damn
like
it,
180
pinball.
proof, isn't it?
What now?
190 proof. Everclear's
Yeah.
190 proof.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord, 95% alcohol.
That makes me. Oh.
That makes me queasy.
I can't see this like right before like I need to get ready. So I went to a house party and I went with this guy that I kind of knew, but I didn't really know. Like I met him at a couple parties before, and one of my friends was like, "Y'all would get along really well. Like y'all should go out to this party together." And I was like, "Okay." So like I went out to this party. I didn't really know anyone, and I was drinking just like the drink, general drink. People call it Hush Bunch,
The biz.
jungle juice, whatever. So I'm like on like the second drink of this, and I was like, "Wow, this is really strong." And I go to this guy who was like, I'm like, "What is this made with?" And he goes, "Everclear." And I go, "Okay, cool." I don't remember any more of that night. That poor guy I literally crawled myself to the bathroom.
You crawled to the bathroom.
I remember crawling to the bathroom. I remember very little from that night, obviously. And this poor dude, like, barely know this guy.
schmuck.
And I am absolutely a fucking mess. and I am crawling like to the bathroom, and I don't even know how I got back to my apartment. Like, and I thought I flushed my student ID down the toilet.
Oh no.
So I had to go and get a new one, and I like went the next day, and I was like, motherfucker. And so like I like pulled over my sheets, and there was it. It was a fucking I think that was like the only time I have like fully blacked out, like cannot remember a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like don't fuck with Everclear anymore.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah.
I've been really into Thousand Island dressing again. I don't know.
Thousand Island dressing?
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is about Thousand Island dressing, but I've been really, like, craving it lately. I was definitely more of, like, a casual gamer.
Yeah.
Like, I have very fond memories of Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
So it's really funny, because, like, Another Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
So, for Another Wonderful Life, I always went for Rock, and he was, like, the blonde, popular dude and stuff, and then when I started to get older, I went for Marlon, who was, like, the alcoholic, dark-haired dude. Who's,
Oh,
like,
no.
creepy, and then he opens up to you when you get to know him. And I was like, oh my god, this is my transition in, like, men. Where, like, I went for, like, the popular, like, conventionally attractive guys, and now I just go for the fucking, like, depressed guys who have an alcohol addiction.
Oh, Jillian. Oh, Jillian. Whoa.
Hi everyone, I'm Jillian, and I'm drinking, like, so much wine. No caffeine.
Co-nap.
What is that?
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. It says a lot who you date in fictional games.
I see what's funny. You haven't played Stardew Valley, have you?
No.
You know the characters of it?
No.
Okay. I was gonna ask you to guess who I dated or who I
Harvey.
married first in Stardew Valley. Shut the fuck up! You're right! But it hurts.
Before I leave, though,
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that one of the I got a message. And there's this guy that was like, "How do you?" Okay, this is guy, and he goes, he won a hot dog eating contest, right?
The Glizzy Guzzler. That's right.
The speediest glizzy gobbler in all the land is the official title, and he has like a literal certificate for
The
it.
speediest Glizzy Gobbler in all the land.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
He won.
He won it.
That's incredible.
Shut straight.
Always some guy. This is going in the Jillian compilation for sure.
Shut up.
Now, Jillian, you've posted my death threats to you on Twitter, but have you ever, like, threatened someone yourself? Like how I asked about 15 minutes ago?
I mean, like, I think in passing, you know, when somebody says something embarrassing about you, and you're like,
Like
I'm
what?
gonna kill you. Oh god.
Have you ever gotten any more in depth in it beyond I am going to kill you?
I don't think there's any physical evidence of my death threats, unlike you. That's why I'm smart. So whatever.
What's the worst one you've ever said?
I don't even. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Oh, the worst thing I've said to somebody. Like, I usually sometimes I say that, like, I'm gonna kill you and then I'm gonna.
You're gonna what? The what?
I'm gonna.
Alright, so someone clip that real quick? I got Jillian to say the worst thing ever on stream? That's been months in the planning.
That you got me. I was bamboozled. That was
You know, I got diagnosed on 14 different websites as a genuine sociopath.
You are truly.
I took all those quizzes, and I spent $40 to get a piece of paper that really says it.
I think that the only way you can decide if somebody's a psychopath or not is if they favor the back left burner, like to cook on. Because if you favor that and you use that primarily for your cooking, like there is something deeply wrong with you.
I used that one. That's how I figured out that I'm a sociopath according to 14 different websites and $40.
Did I ever tell y'all I made out with 2 guys one night one time?
No.
Whoa.
So I was the maid of honor at my best friend's wedding. This is recently. And so I was the maid of honor and the best man was single, hot. I was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
So the rehearsal dinner was not at the venue because the venue was at a vineyard, but at a different place. And so I was like at this bar in Texas. And I go to this bar and I'm like the only one single out of the whole wedding party. So this guy, I guess, like was going to go up to smoke and like you couldn't get into the door. You had to go all the way back to the front, but it was like super busy and super crowded. And we were all in this back room.
Yeah.
So they were like, he asked a couple of the other wedding party girls, like, hey, like, you know, can I get one of your numbers? And they're like, we're not single, you know who is? And they track me over. Important pretext to this whole thing. I'm wearing a jumpsuit looking super cute, right? But the jumpsuit's a little like low cut. Well, I had like I had a little safety pin holding my little flaps together so I don't flash everyone.
Right.
But another one of the girls in the wedding party ended up like her button on the back of her dress broke.
Oh no.
So yeah, so I was like, Mama Jillian coming in stack. So I'm like, they were like, anyone have a, you know, safety pin? And I was like, I know what I must do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. So I'm like, I know it. Like, you know, and so like,
no.
So I go, and I was like, all right. So I unhooked my thing, and I was like, I'll be fine. And the wind was blowing too, so I'm like trying to like cover myself. It's not like I'm flashing my kitties at the world. It was like, it was fine. So like I go and give it to her, and everything's fine and stuff. And so basically, fast forward, they're like, Jillian is single, give her your number. And he was like, hey, and I was like, hey. And so gave me my number. Ended up never going out to smoke, and so we started talking. And he's like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a PhD student. In radiation health physics, and he's like, what does that entail? And I tell him, and he's like, so Chernobyl. And I fucking like, I shit you not, I go over to this man and I like talk to him about Chernobyl, and he would talk to me, and I'm like schwasty at this point. I have had like 3 or 4 margaritas. And so they have, it's in Texas, and Texas is the home state of Dr. Pepper.
Right.
And so they have this thing called DP shootouts.
Oh,
and
no.
so what you would do is like, it's like half vanilla vodka, half amaretto, and then you fill the rest up with Coke, and it tastes just like a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that tastes, really good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And so, but what you're supposed to do is just chug it as fast as you can.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I've had a couple of those. I've had a couple of margaritas. I'm feeling wonderful at this point. So this guy is like, do you know about Chernobyl? And so I literally go on a 30-minute rant about Chernobyl and its consequences and how it was like, you know, and everything. And he would start talking, you know, Russian accent. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm talking right now. And I would continue talking about Chernobyl. And I don't know how anyone dates me, because this is like me on normal dates when I'm not drunk. And so like, basically we're talking and we're like, everyone is like, hey, we're going to this other bar.
Sorry,
we're going to this we're going to this other bar, and they're like, Jillian, we need to go. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, well, this guy's cool, like I don't want to like totally like ignore him. So I'm in the parking lot and I just text him and I'm like, do you want to make out? And he like comes out of the parking lot and starts talking to me, and I just make out with this man for a solid 10 seconds. Like that was it. I was like,
oh, Shinji's
and
moving. Good job, Shinji.
My friend was like talking to me later that night, and she's like, yeah, I like saw you talking with the guy, and your tits were just out, man. I walked over at you, and your
oh my god,
your bra was on full display, and I was like, wow, that's so good to note.
I love that for
and
you.
So I was like, okay. So like he's like, I'll always remember you, and I was like, okay, bye. And so I left. He like texted me. He's like, do you want to make out again? I was like, maybe. And he's like, don't bail on me. You're a great kisser. And I was like, hell yeah. And so I go to this other bar, and it's like a speakeasy kind of thing. So like,
yeah.
So like the bar speakeasy's downstairs, and I've been kind of chatting with the best man the night, and like, you know, we've been kind of vibing because like I'm hilarious and cool. And I go over to the other girls in the wedding party, and I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask the best man to make out with me. And they're like,
Jillian.
fucking do it. And I go over to this guy, and I'm like, do you want to make out? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, cool. I'm gonna go upstairs and go outside. Come join me. And he's like, all right. So go upstairs, go make out for like a minute. And he's like, do you want to go back? And I was like, sure. And that was it.
Good job, Jillian. Yes. So guess what? The tweet that I tweeted out that said, yeah, that's right, Jillian and I are starting a podcast. The bot tweet that collects tweets about starting podcasts retweeted us saying,
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're gonna have a bunch of people join your stream, and it's
We're gonna have so many fucking
stupidest things.
We are gonna have so many fans on our Patreon.
As we should. We're hilarious and we're beautiful.
We talk about true crime, but we're different from other true crime podcasts. How, you might ask? It's simple.
Because
our
we're
patented
the
formula.
murderers.
It's our
we
patented
actually
formula.
murder the people.
We commit
we
the
talk about it.
crimes. It's called true crime, true story. We also shit our pants regularly.
We do shed our pants regularly. I also piss myself a little bit.
I also fart a lot. You'll hear it on the mic once or twice.
I had some awful diarrhea earlier. My pants are very stinky.
Stinky poo-poo, no good. Oh, I'm driving and I'm speeding and I'm vigorously masturbating. I'm speeding and I vigorously come. I come. Give us a listen wherever you find your podcast. And remember, we have a Patreon where you can get a bunch of subscriber deals for $5 a month. Tell them what they can get, Jillian.
You can get a signed photo of me.
And only
that's it.
Jillian.
And only me.
You think there's
It's a
anything else on the
picture.
photo? You're wrong.
No, it's just me. You can also get a lock of my hair if you subscribe to our premium subscription.
Which is
But
only
which hair,
$10 a month.
You might ask.
More than you're comfortable with.
You get a whole fucking shaved head.
In fact, I'll even send you
Now
the top
it-
of her scalp. If you subscribe at $20 a month.
You'll get a whole scalp from somebody we murdered.
And then you're gonna hear the story about it. And then we'll ask you to do our ad reads.
Indeedly do.
At
If
no
you pay us
compensation.
$50, we'll kill you.
That's right. We'll straight up poke your innards out.
And then we'll send your family those send innards for no cost at all. That's how
None?
good of a deal you get.
You don't even have to pay shipping. That's so cool, isn't it?
That's amazing, Voltage. Thank you so much for that great deal.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to give you that deal. Because, you know, if every $5 that you donate to us goes to the Feed Voltage Fund. That's right, you help feed me breakfast, lunch, and dinner so that I have the energy to go fucking murder more people. Oops, did I say the fuck word? I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better about that.
Come on, Voltage. This is a family-friendly podcast and a family-friendly
Family-friendly podcast, to be
Family,
sure.
family, fucking.
Family,
Look,
bobbly, boo, boo,
I
boo.
did it again. Silly ass. My lean cuisine is currently done. I'm gonna be right back.
And that's why you should subscribe to us.
And we're like,
OBS just was like, fuck you. We're getting there.
What's your favorite movie musical though?
Mine?
If you're gonna talk about shows, like not like musicals in general, like we're only talking about movie musicals.
What defines a movie musical?
A musical that is also a movie.
Like
Disney.
Flint, Chicago, 9. I'm just saying ones with one word. What is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy
That
Wonka
started as
actually?
the Willy Wonka version is a musical.
Yes. Okay. Mamma Mia, here we go again. Mamma Mia, My, how could I forget you?
Okay, I actually have a rant. Mamma Mia 2 was a movie that did not need to be made, and it's one of the most useless, pointless movies in existence.
I will fight you on this.
I'm not kidding. Mamma Mia 2 is useless. Jillian, they reuse songs from the first movie in the second one.
But Colin Firth.
What about Colin Firth?
I love Colin Firth.
Okay,
Honestly,
cool.
I like the fact that they used to like a young Donna.
Monkey's
I think
Audio.
it added to the story. And also, Why Did It Have to Be Me is a great song, and I'm happy.
But they
I'm so
literally
glad they
use
didn't
Super
use
Trooper again!
Because it's a popular song.
They don't have enough material! There was not enough material. Why did they reuse songs? Why did they reuse songs, Jillian?
Wow, I didn't think we were gonna. I didn't think we were gonna.
Have you ever heard of a reprise? You ever heard of like a reprise? Yeah, they're gonna use.
They reused 5 songs.
He's really visceral about this.
I don't like this movie.
I haven't heard of this upset since Sunshine.
Sequel to the Mamma Mia musical.
I just think that the Mamma Mia 2 is not a necessary movie by any stretch of the word.
Okay, necessary? No, but like I think it's enjoyable.
It was a waste of my time, Jillian.
Oh my god, I had to drive an hour to go see it in theaters.
Why? Why would you do that?
I love Mamma Mia, and I love Lily James, and I think the fashion in that movie was also very great.
Okay, fair, but like nothing happened in that movie.
No, Donna got pregnant.
Okay, she got pregnant. Nothing happened.
Oh my god.
We would like it also I wish I didn't have social responsibilities because I would completely go to Greece and just like have sex with 3 men and get pregnant.
God damn it.
The big daddy.
God damn it, Jillian.
I know, the worst.
No, these are the things that Voltage gets upset about. Football, Mario Sunshine, and Mamma Mia 2, apparently.
There's no lie. My favorite thing now is just to find something that you get really heated about. That is like completely, completely random. It's great. I'm just here to cause chaos and...
Jillian, would you consider yourself a chaotic neutral person?
I'm a Gemini. Of fucking course I consider myself a chaotic neutral person. Like, I want to see the world burn, but I don't want to see it that badly, you know? I bought American Psycho, the book.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm really leaning into this, like...
Bateman lifestyle.
Fem-incel.
Femcel?
Well,
You're becoming a femcel?
Well, okay, here's the thing. It's like, I've been reading Chuck Palahniuk, who is the author of Fight Club, who writes a lot of, like, satire kind of, like...
Edgy fucking
like,
shit.
Oh, and yeah, ING, like, the world's, like, sucks, and I'm writing satire because of that. But he's actually Portland. He lives in Portland, I think. But yeah, I've been reading, like, that, and then I bought the American Psycho book. Because it's been on my list, and I went to Barnes & Noble, and it featured book, and I'm like, okay, fine. But yeah, I feel like I'm leaning into my femcel era, and as soon as I like finish that book and then finish American Psycho, I'm just gonna be like, interesting.
Interesting. Time to go kill a bunch of yuppies.
Well, it helps with our podcast, so.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to announce what episode 5 is gonna be about. Not until I've like put it on Patreon at least.
We get it's a nice like precursor to like, it's like a teaser of what's gonna come. So they should subscribe to our Patreon now for what's to come.
Right. I mean, okay, I understand sweetening the pot. I totally get it. I just work really hard in like making content and releasing it at like a good time, because I like the suspense. I think it's useful and like it makes,
especially with the true crime podcast, yeah.
Well, yeah, so like when you go and post that, the thing that I've been trying to sort of, keep sort of a surprise from everyone, so that like, when we announce it, it'll be big news. When you just go and reveal it like that, like 5 weeks early, like, what am I supposed to feel?
Yeah.
No, I'm mad at you.
Oh wait, no, fuck. Wait, why are you mad? What?
Because you spoiled what I'm doing for episode 5.
You know what? You can be mad at me. That's okay. Let's talk through your feelings.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm feeling angry because you spoiled the content for episode 5.
I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling.
You're-
I appreciate your feedback, and I hear it. I do.
Okay, what did I say?
But that you're mad at me because I spoiled episode 5.
Okay.
But
Thank you
I
for
cannot-
partaking in
I cannot
active
take you-
listening.
Okay, thank you. I can't take you seriously right now because I am like about a half a bottle of wine in. Also, I just don't give a shit.
Doesn't give a shit. You don't even give a shit about this podcast, do you?
I don't actually. I don't want to kill people anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I know you wanted to do this together, and I really appreciate it. You're a great friend, but I'm done with it.
Well, if you're fucking done with it, then we gotta, like, work out the contract details. Because it says that we're going to make 24
across your
We
face.
said that we would make 24 episodes for G4 TV! How the hell are we getting out of that contract? Huh?
I don't know. Voltage. I don't like it when you yell at me. Okay?
I don't want to be sued. I don't want to be sued. I do not want to... I don't want to have to pay $14,000 per episode to G4ia.
I understand. But I honestly, I think you can just kill somebody. Just kill them.
What, am I supposed to
You
kill
know?
the G4 lawyers?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That was our next hit, and now you just put it out on the internet for everyone to fucking hear. Now, how do I feel about
Shit.
that? I knew it.
Damn
I knew I
it!
could trust you. I knew you could trust you.
Mine was an honest mistake.
always happens.
Mine was an honest mistake.
This always happens.
Mine was an honest mistake. Yours was malicious with, like, intent to ruin my thing. Mine was an accident.
You know what was an accident, Voltage?
I was.
You were. There you go.
I know. We made the joke twice already.
We have. Wait, what was the first time?
In episode 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna do this to you. I don't listen to her episodes.
You don't?
I don't like hearing myself talk.
But you were there to record it, weren't you?
But I haven't listened to it back.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, it's like when people are like in, you know, movies and they watch their movies.
That's
they hate seeing
true. That's
themselves.
true. Not like me. I watch all of
yeah.
my streams.
So you jerk off. You're like,
Do I jerk off to my own
that was a
streams?
funny
No.
bit.
No. I don't. Actually, yeah. I do say that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be good for a compilation. So yes, I guess I do. Congratulations, you got me.
I did. I exposed you on
You
the
exposed my Zerkinoff properties. And he responded to that one. So Ujikoshi responded to my response and he responded with Mizuki thumbs up PNG and respectful.
I was like drunk at an Applebee's when this was occurring, and let me tell you,
So on
it was
brand.
an experience.
So on brand.
For real though.
Oh my god, wait. Okay, can I read this out loud? I'm gonna
Fuck it. Yeah, read it out loud.
Okay.
Have you read
Tell
it
me
before?
about it. No, I haven't read
Okay,
it before.
read it aloud.
Oh my god, I can already see this.
Read it.
What?
Read it, Jillian.
Went to the store on Thursday. Today's a Thursday. Bought me a half-gallon jar of pickles. Love me some pickles. Eat one as soon as I get home. Tastes good, man. Bat. So good, I decided I'll have a few more. Walk back to my computer and start to work, but the urge is not sated. Not by a long shot. Come back to life-giving pickle jars several more times. Eat several pickles each day. I feel like this is written about me. After an hour, the jar is empty. 400% of my daily sodium never tasted
Is
so
it
good.
written about you, Jillian?
Maybe not, like, but me setting up my computer and then going back and forth with the pickle jar.
Keep reading.
After an hour, the jar's empty, 400%. 30 minutes later, I hear a churning in my stomach. Not a light rumbling, more like the noise an old tub makes when you suddenly pull the drain. Initiate sprint to bathroom mode. Barely gets my ass in the toilet as a fucking waterfall emerges from my asshole. Never in my life have relief and horror up in such close bedfellows. After about 10 seconds of continuous flow, it subsides to a trickle and stops. Toilet water is green and smells like vinegar. Oh my god. Clean that up and go back to the computer, thinking, thank god that's over. Not even close. 5 minutes later, the rumbling is back. Even louder this time. Sprint to the bathroom. Lather, rinse, repeat. This happens 5 more fucking times. Oh my god. It's finally all gone. The stomach is concave. I have never had less food inside my body. Completely cleaned up. Cue rumble. Sit on toilet, but it's different this time. I know there's nothing in there. Shit out a tiny amount of liquid. Immediately feel better. Oh my god. Well, I guess there's just a tiny bit
gummy
left.
bears have a worthy opponent now.
Yeah, I wasn't too bad. All at once, the burning fire of 1,000 young suns sits upon my anal sphincter. I had to shout out pure stomach acid. Oh, practically wipe ass to prevent melting away like spaceship floor and Alien. Crawl and shower, turn on cold water, full bath, and lie prone while gently sobbing. Eventually towel off and crawl exhausted into bed at 3 in the afternoon. Sleep for 14 hours. In retrospect, it was totally worth it. I love me some pickles. That's fucking hilarious. That's really good. Thank you for showing me that, Shay. That was really fucking funny. Oh, that's good shit.
It is a good green text.
Oh, that's really funny.
Did I talk about the guy that made him realize that he's asexual?
No. Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't think chat's heard it.
Okay, so I ended up like reconnecting with this guy, and like he's a great guy, and like I wanted to be his friend. Okay, so I wanted to be his friend, and I was planning on breaking it off with him after breakfast, because we would go to breakfast, and he would not talk to me. He would scroll Instagram for memes, and then show me said memes instead of talking to me. And I was like, hey, let's talk to each other.
Why would you ever talk to someone?
I wouldn't, because everybody sucks. But anyways, point being is that, like, so take him to the Doodle Fairy, bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to the motherfucking Doodle Fairy, okay? Hello?
On the day that he would, like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna break things off. He's like, let's go to breakfast. And so I ended up walking to my apartment from another guy's apartment. The day of.
Yeah.
Morning of. And so I walk there and I'm like prepping myself. And so he texts me to the breakfast and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. He's gonna drive me back and I'm gonna do it. He drives me like almost an hour outside of Corvallis. Takes me to a bird sanctuary. Drives me around the bird sanctuary. Drops me off. I never have this talk. And then ghosts me.
Damn. Fucking damn.
So I'm like, okay, like I was like, okay, this is good, because like I already kind of wanted to I was like, I want to be friends, but like maybe he just wants like a full break because he can't deal with everything. So I'm drunk over the summer, and I like text him, and I'm like, hey, I miss you, like I just want to like
You drunk
see how you
texted
doing.
the ex. Oh.
Well, like,
and
I was
oh, Jillian.
So I was like, hey, like, you know, what you doing? Like, let's hang out again. So we go, like, out on the town, and he's like, hey, like, I'm like, he's like, I haven't dated anyone besides you. And I, like, met him in September, and we, like, ended things in, like, March. And so, like, he's like, I think I'm asexual because I didn't enjoy sex with you. And I don't think if I didn't enjoy sex with you, I don't think I would enjoy sex with anyone else.
Chat,
like,
can Jillian get the appropriate reaction to that statement, chat? Ooh.
Yeah, like, that sounds about right.
A manly man who's
so
got a plan.
Okay, let me tell you this text conversation. So,
Okay.
I was kind of chatting with this guy.
Yes.
Before I left, and then he kind of ghosted me, but then we got
That's right.
flirty DMs. Yeah, well, we had some flirty DMs on Instagram, and I was like, interesting. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna be back in Oregon soon, so I was like, okay, like he's cute, we really vibe with each other, might as well. So I texted him, and I was like, hey, I'll be back next week, and I've had a hankering to demolish somebody in Mario Kart. What's your
Yeah.
availability like?
and he's like, "Hey, I'm free sometime this week. Should I bring somebody else that's at Mario Kart so you can demolish them?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm free after 8. I mean, I do love a good threesome. You know, I'm like, okay, cute, flirty." And he goes, "Let's do the day." And who does it? I'll try to find a +1 to add the fun. And I was like, oh fuck, I messed up. Like, I girl bossed too hard, and now I'm gonna have a threesome with the guy that I have
Jillian,
to
do you think
talk
he's
to
do you think
all
he
summer.
actually means a threesome, or do you think he means 3-player Mario Party?
Well, I was like kind of hoping for some alone time with the man because, you know.
Do you think he took it the wrong way and thinks you are actually looking for 3-player Mario Party? Be honest.
No, so I texted him and I was like, "Hey, dude, you know, I mean, just me, please don't have +1." And he's like, "I know, I was joking. I was just gonna see how far you took the bid." And I was like, "Damn,
That's
I
the
got
ah-ha-ha.
outbidded on my own bid."
No, he's saying ahaha. I was just pretending to not know.
Yeah, that's a.
He's trying to be smooth. He's trying to not blow his chances.
Nothing says, like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in 3 months. Let's have a threesome."
Right. Not
He
these.
follows. He's the same guy. So I posted back on my thing. So he follows me on Twitter.
Yes.
And which, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I just fucking shitpost a bunch of nuclear stuff, right? He managed to stalk my Twitter and find the tweet where I said that I'm only going to use dating as a way to further
Your career.
my nuclear power advocacy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, "I'm really looking forward to our date, even though the sole purpose is for you to advocate for nuclear power." And I was
Dude,
like,
you can't use my tweets against me, man. Those are shit posts. They don't mean nothing, I promise.
exactly. But my favorite part is that I followed him back, and he goes, "New clothes got me feeling good. Peach emoji," and posted an ass photo of himself, like in his work clothes,
Bro.
on Twitter.
Bro. On Twitter.
I DM'd him, and I was pretty early to be posting thirst traps on the internet. And he goes, "The people needed to see how good my ass looks today."
The people needed it. The people needed to see how great my fucking ace is.
What have you been watching recently?
Oh yeah, Survivor 43 started last night, so that's really cool. Oh, come on! It started last night and it was 2 hours. There is this guy named Cody on the season who has an ass tattoo, and it says "Livin'," and they made that the title of the first episode.
Amazing. Did I ever tell you about this guy? So I date a lot. So I remember dating this one guy in undergrad, and he was telling me about, and he was telling me that his friend was like hooking up with this chick, right? And so he was going at it from
another
the back,
story.
and their girl had an ass tattoo that said "Making Daddy Proud."
What? What?
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Dog, I'm gonna be real with you. If I ever had a daughter, like, I would support her tattoos except for that one. That would be like the one I would genuinely be like, why did you do this?
Well, I mean, why would you know about it?
I don't know. Like,
unless like somebody like calls you out on stream.
someone said like,
But,
hey, by the way.
Dude, I heard like ass tattoos, like they like really physically hurt. Like,
Probably. You have, I mean, that's what
I feel like it's like a lot of, I mean, I'm not saying that I have a fat ass, but I have a fat ass. Like, you know,
Jillian.
it's like, I'm blessed in my derriere. Is that what you want to say?
I'm blessed with my derriere. Oh my
I
god.
don't know. Like, I got a fat ass. What do you?
Homie.
Homie.
I'm glad that you feel comfortable announcing that to the world on a stream that is
Well, it's
not
not
yours.
I mean, like.
That's the first time hearing that. Yeah, welcome.
Like, oh, I remember you talking on Voltage's stream.
Yes,
and saying
Al.
you had a fat ass. I agree with you. You do have a fat ass.
Oh,
like, what?
Jillian. Everybody, let's welcome Jillian's ex to the stage. He's actually going to be in call joining us in a little bit.
Honestly, he has not talked to me since I broke up with him via Discord server.
You broke up with him via Discord? Jillian, that man can't use Discord ever again.
No, it was so bad. Well, I like
Discord breakup? Sounds like your relationship was in Discord. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we
Oh,
I don't know. It was like
no.
long distance because I lived in Oregon and he lived in Tennessee still. So like, and I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't coming. Like it was something in the works for a while. But yeah, no, we were like chatting, and I was like, I want to talk to you. Like we need to talk. And he's like, okay, like let's get in the Discord server. And I'm like, all right. And then that happened. It was really
God,
funny
dude.
because like he immediately deleted the server like right after we.
Oh
broke
my
up.
lord.
I feel like a true gamer now. Like nobody can like
You're a gamer
say I'm
because
not
you
a true
broke
gamer
up with someone over
because
Discord.
I fucking broke up with
I've never
my
broken up with someone
long-term
over Discord.
boyfriend. Like we dated again for like 2 months or 2 years plus some change. Like,
Dude, my girlfriend broke up with me in person.
wow, bro.
Multiple girlfriends broke up with me in person.
Yeah.
I've never had anyone break up with me over Discord. I don't think I've
broke
ever
up-
seen
I
anyone
broke
get
up with
broken
my
up
high
over
school
Discord.
boyfriend. Here's like one of the shittiest things I also ever did is like I dated my best friend's ex-boyfriend like a couple months after they broke up, and this guy was like, he's like, let's stay together while you go to college because I was a year older than him.
Okay.
And I went out of state for college, and I was like, okay. And then like literally like day 1 or 2 that I was like at school, I was like, I can't do this anymore, and I broke up with him over
Oh my
text.
god. Jillian.
I know, isn't it so bad? I feel
The more I learn
feel like
about you, the
I
more
am a mess.
I'm...
This is the messy Discord.
Jillian.
Just
Jillian.
I haven't even gotten to my story yet.
Oh no. So yeah, next conference. See you there. And if
I'll
you
see you there.
Tell you what, if you're from ANS and you're watching right now, if you recite the password to me, which is Jillian's a silly goblin woman. And I
Yeah.
think that I need to add her on LinkedIn and message her that. If you say those exact phrases to me, I will know what you really are.
I will buy you a drink if you.
I will. I will pay for. I will buy. I will pay for every drink you buy that night. How's that sound?
Oh, every drink? Damn.
Yes. If you repeat that phrase to me, not you, Jillian.
Damn it.
Yeah, asterisk on this contract. No
Asterisk does
Jillian's
not apply
allowed.
for Jillian.
No
There's
Jillian's
another
allowed.
person named Jillian there. They're like, what?
I'm sorry.
Pissing and farting and shitting is all for this.
Pissing and farting. Oh. We really reached the lowest brow of humor here.
No, we really pee pee poo poo.
Pee pee poo poo cum fart diarrhea.
Yummy.
We advertised this on our main Twitters.
We did. Where my parents my parents follow me and they're like this like last stream where like my parents were like, yeah, we like came on your stream because we wanted to support you, and then like we heard you talking about the turtles fucking at the zoo, and mom went to her field trip because my mom's a 3rd grade teacher, and they took the kids. Like we have one of the best zoos in the world actually in Colombia. So they like usually like a lot of our field trips and stuff are to go see the zoo.
Right.
And yeah, there was
To see
my
Liz
mom's,
McGuire.
my family group chat like photos of like the turtles having sex with each other. And we're like, okay, and she's like, this wasn't in our
This is the
curriculum.
3rd week you've talked about the turtles having sex.
Yeah.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes.
And who's on the right?
The man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but
Okay.
I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the
Ikume.
Akumi?
Ikume.
Ikume?
Ikume. Yep.
Ikume shrine in the
Minato.
Minato district?
You're good.
Thank you. I was praying there one day and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist and he held me, and then he kissed me. I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, Then I heard footsteps. And then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and the footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once. Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm is when we went to a haunted house and an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him, and I was falling in love. Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliche, I know, but we drove around at night, looking at all the lights, and we parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer.
You have a message to say from the thing in chat.
Oh shit, I do. His res was frankly unmatched. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every date was so exciting. Oh, sorry, you asked about the picture. He wanted to make Okonomi? How do you say that?
Okonomiyaki.
He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with a hot plate.
When he posted in chat, let's go.
He hit character limit. And then she pressed enter, so...
There you go.
That's what she meant to say.
Incredible. I'm glad she wrote,
She really wanted to, let her, self be known. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too. Blop, blop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic. But those days didn't last. 6 years ago in November, a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh, that's not true. I lied about it at the time because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
There was a drawing on the wall. Iris drew it when she was 12. Hitomi is sitting on the sofa. A cushion counter. And so many other things. Oh my goodness. Like a dining table. And cupboard. There are a lot of dishes. Bookshelf. There are no books in it, but it's definitely a bookshelf. Like a ski resort with no skiers. The lights are off.
That would just be a resort.
It would be the last resort.
Cut my life into
Cut
pieces.
my life into pieces.
No,
Yes.
no.
Oh. Oh.
Suffocation.
No breathing.
Christopher Walken sings Last Resort by Papa Roach.
Cut my life into pieces.
Cut my life
Into
pieces.
That's what I thought
This
anyway.
is my last resort.
But then I realized it was just a plant. Speaker system. I want to get a Papa Roach MIDI and like play it over old DOS games.
Cut my life in two pieces. This is my last resort.
Hey.
It's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. This is gonna apply for tomorrow or Monday. Monday, it's a holiday. Why aren't you in school?
Today's a holiday. Oh. I suppose there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
Technically, yes, but I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you? About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who is always protecting me.
What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. Thank you for bringing up that trauma again.
I'm sorry.
I was an orphan and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
About Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, and that reminds me, when Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would just start moving. It was a quirk of hers. And she did it at the show too. Towards the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto that stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and I tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there dancing, and everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. "Mama, you're a good dancer." That's the kind of girl she was. Whenever she'd see someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping. Even at convenience stores, when their little chime played, she would start dancing. And almost got her in trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music at the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing. But she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly. It was on a Sunday and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running through town. I can still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. Oh no, that's not true. There was one other time.
What was the other time?
Six years ago, I was a victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came running and she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die! Crying sounds? Sorry, that was so
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
I swore to myself then that I would protect her no matter what. Iris is everything to me. More important than my own life.
Where is Renju right now?
Did something happen to him? Did something happen to him?
There's no point in hiding it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
Okay.
Like, do you remember the first video game you ever played?
Yeah.
I remember the first video game I ever played.
Which one is it?
It was Dragon Tales.
Dragon.
On the Game Boy Advance.
Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you in Dragon Tales for the Game Boy Advance?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the only reason I remember it is because I was in the hospital. Because I had a strep infection down in my kidneys. And my mom and my dad both had Game Boy Advances, and my mom actually ended up giving me hers and bought that for the Game Boy Advance. So and that's what I got. And
so you're saying we're playing Dragon Tales Adventures?
Oh God, is that what it's called? Let me look it up.
I don't know, but we're playing it right now.
Yeah, Dragon Adventures. We can order it on Amazon for $48.93.
Literally look at the stream video.
Oh my God.
What is this game? Wow, what a game.
Wow, what a game.
Wait. Was that a dead pixel?
God.
That's a dead pixel between the C and the R.
Amazing. I'm hope y'all ready for this.
Hold on. Let me see if I can change the game.
Oh
Hold on. Dragon Tales? Dragon Tales Adventures?
Dragon Adventures.
Dragon Tales Dragon Adventures.
Yes.
All right.
It's at the end of, yeah, there we go.
Alright, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I wish with all. Oh, they read it. They make you read it with you. They provide
my heart.
to fly with dragons in a land apart.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Voltage, you make my heart so happy. Oh my gosh. What was your favorite part? My favorite part is when I applauded you for not being dumb and then you immediately fell down.
My favorite part was when I got you to admit all the bad things you did on stream, and how
you don't have to work hard for that. My
No.
favorite part is
I'm talking the one about you setting a death threat to somebody.
Oh
out
yeah,
of
that's
context.
right. Yeah, that was a good one. You really got me there.
I did. I really did.
My favorite part was getting to spend time with you. One of my good friends.
Yeah, one of my good friends. You know, I gotta invite more like IRLs and variety people on like streams for certain nights, just because like it's a good way to just be like, hey, you want to hang out a couple nights a week, a month, whatever, and if you can't make it, cool, I can just play something else. You know, like.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I like never had like an attachment to this game, so I don't know why you asked me. But like, I really enjoyed it. Like, and I hope people also enjoyed our chaos and our podcast and our, you know, good chatting time.
I feel like I'm learning more and more about you every day.
Well, you're just scratching the surface of the chaos that is
the chaotic nature
me.
of Jillian.
I'm a Gemini, what can I say?
What can I say?
But yeah, that's the story of why I'm Brutusly.